Wow. How long has it been?
You know, it's been so long that they weren't even calling you a creepy pervert when I was last on the show. That long time, but you know, I think the meaning of creepy pervert is kind of shifted a little bit.
It's undergoing some cycling, euphemism treadmills. Right?
Euphemism treadmills. Now creepy means, hey, creepy. Sexy guy.
What's going on is similar to what black people did with words like jungle bunny, or homosexuals did with faggot. I'm trying to do with the word creepy by preempting the reaction to what is a very standard thing in business, and saying the word creepy and then negating the future use of creepy and robbing it of its emotional impact. I think
it's what Roman did with Roman Polanski. He changed the meaning of Roman Polanski.
Speaking of Roman Polanski, you're working on a new film, aren't you?
It's funny you should mention that, David. I've just made a film with Roman. I wasn't going to name him actually because his name itself is prejudicial. Yeah, he's a guy so creepy that he can't even move from one canton to another without getting heavily tased by security, private security.
Think about leaving the canton without being electrocuted.
He can't even think about it. No, they monitor his thoughts. But his films, he's scot-free. And he just made a film with me, David. You want to ask me some questions?
I'd love to. He's a very creepy man, and I wonder if some of that is rubbing off on you. It seems to be.
It's rubbed off on me. I hope I am getting more creepy by the day. I played Beowulf in his new film with the same title, Beowulf. And but the catch is, he's a creepy Beowulf because he is crippled. He is deformed.
That's very creepy.
It's very creepy, David. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really hot commercial thing. You know, I think everybody's going to want to be a deformed hero.
Nick, I want to ask you something. What is a gubbins?
Gubbins.
Or gubbins?
I'm glad you asked me that, David. You know, if you go to your wig maker and he says you have gubbins, then go to your doctor instead.
So it's something that forms on top of the head.
No, it doesn't form. If only it did, David. That would be a lifesaver. No, it forms on your throat. Cancer hangs at your throat like a turkey neck. It means you have some kind of really malignant growth on your neck, and it gets bigger until you look like a turkey, and then you die. You die before Christmas. You die before Thanksgiving.
Very creepy. And so you have less than a year if you hear those
You
words.
have 3 weeks, David. If somebody says you have turkey-like
The doctor says, not just somebody.
gubbins, it's fatal. It's always fatal. You didn't get told by your doctor you have gubbins, did you?
Would you say that's sexy then, since it is creepy?
I think it's creepy to die.
Right.
It is creepy to die, and therefore, if you're close to death, as Kafka says in the trial, the condemned man is attractive. Very attractive. Something Orson Welles told me when I was working on the trial with him. I was very young at the time, of course. You know, David, I think it's time for a commercial break.
Well, gee, it's very nice having you. Yeah, and we'll see you after the commercial break.
Yeah, I hope we can do it again sometime.
These are thatched huts that surround the main house, and you would be living in what is formerly a mead hall. For a short while it was a mead factory. It became subterranean, but it's been rebuilt on the surface.
What about the monsters?
There are monstrous type visages that sometimes children claim to see, but usually they're owls. They just see the eyes.
They're monsters. I've heard this town was ravaged and rampaged monsters.
Oh, Mr. Curry, that's not true. There are no monsters in life at all. It's just a projection.
30 Thanes were slain in this town.
Toddlerian.
Yes or no? 30 Thanes were slain.
30 Thanes were slain, very likely, but by people. And those people have not existed for centuries. This is the living room that you'll be enjoying. There's also a steam room that you're able to access.
Standing wide open.
It's very
wide open to the open
region.
air where the monsters can come. This is the meat hall. This is where it happened. I heard the monsters broke into the meat hall and they slayed everybody inside, all the brave warriors, and they didn't have their armor on. They were easy to kill.
But you're talking about the 7th century.
It happened last week. They came in there, through the shrubbery down from the high moors.
These are eucalyptus trees. These are Jasper Johns'
Shields.
student paintings.
Why do they need the shields then?
Those are not shields, and this is a campfire that you're allowed to make in your living room. It's a
Shields everywhere.
And if you buy this week, you will enjoy a 20% discount. So I recommend...
Who needs a 20% discount when you're going to die?
Well, we're all going to die.
I saw one moving in the undergrowth there. They're just waiting for people to move in.
These are still photographs. This is not a still photograph, but that was. And there's also a helicopter you are able to use. This is a rope factory. There's a box of crayons at the bottom of this picture that your children are able to use.
My children aren't going to come here. I don't want my children to die.
And it looks dangerous. It looks like a very
It's very dangerous. The monster
roof.
can just tear off this roof and eat it.
The monster's fire could consume the buildings seemingly, but actually they're sprayed with retardant, as is most of the wildlife.
You'd be retarded to even think of living here.
You would become Zen-like, and things would retard. It's true.
You'd be like a rabbit in the headlights, just waiting to be destroyed.
This is a stone structure, which is
Human remains.
an epididymis.
A flayed and burned human skin. Who did that then? Tell me that.
Those are weeds. You say, wound with bamboo.
You realtors are all the same. There's never anything wrong with the property, is there?
Yes, there are some problems with the property. I think you'll need to add a door, for example.
This is what's wrong with the property.
This is an instruction for teenagers to learn how to weave from.
This is monsters.
These are...
Monster upon monster devouring each other.
Show me one monster. You might think this is an eye of a monster, but it's actually an eagle eye.
No. You realtors are all the same. I don't believe anything you say. The best thing anyone who takes one of those houses would see would be the high road out of that town. This road out of that town.
No hunting permit is required, and you can shoot from the helicopter.
Yeah, it's going to be destroyed by monsters at any
fish
moment.
as well.
I don't want to live here. Talk to somebody else.